A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're having ourselves a pretty good day out there. Not all that bad as far as our temperatures go. Right now, we are looking at 48 degrees at the airport. It is 48 here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is reporting 49. Downtown Bay City is looking at 48 degrees as well. We have a northeast breeze, about 5 miles per hour. It has been gusting a little bit, around 8, 9 over the past hour or so. 30.78 and rising is the barometric pressure. Very unusual for it to be this high, but a very good reason. There's a dominant high pressure system right over top of us. And as a result, that's why we're getting the weather that we are currently getting. Around the state, things obviously a little bit cooler. Over the last 24 hours, we did have a number of reporting stations that were right around the freezing mark. And actually, I think we had a few of them that were a little bit cooler. We'll take a look at that in just a moment or two. As far as our weather is concerned, we mentioned about the high pressure system, which kept our skies pretty clear. And as a result, the sky conditions were not only clear, but also we had the opportunity to see an astronomical event that we're probably not going to see for at least the next 3 years. And depending on the sky conditions then, maybe longer. We had the full moon officially at 6:02 this morning, called the Beaver Moon. But what made this one unusual was that it was a total lunar eclipse. So as a result, as we went through the early morning hours before sunrise, that brilliant moon became a deep, dark red. And that's one of the reasons why some folks call it the blood moon when the astronomical event occurs any time of the year, because a full lunar eclipse along with that full moon will result in a real deep, dark, reddish color. And it's very impressive. Matter of fact, if you look outside during the peak of the eclipse, you don't see the moon. You've got to really watch it close, and then you can detect it just a little bit. And then as the eclipse begins to wane a little bit, once again, you'll see the full moon. So quite an event that took place earlier this morning. Bad Axe dropped down only to about 39 degrees. We owe that to the water temperatures out in Lake Huron, which right now are still at 53 degrees. But the further you get away from the water, the colder it got. Houghton Lake dropped down to 26. Flint dropped down to 25 at Bishop Airport. A little bit earlier, East Tawas dropped down to 29. They're right on the water. But the wind was coming more out of the north and the northwest earlier. So as a result, they didn't get the lake effect when it came to the warmer temperatures. Nothing like what we saw in Flint and some of the other areas too. We do have 3 low-pressure systems that we're keeping our eye on. One of them is over North Dakota. Now, that one is going to be moving north of Minnesota, well up into Canada and around Hudson Bay as we go through the next couple of days. The high-pressure system that's influencing our weather right now, giving us that astronomical high barometric pressure, is going to be moving over eastern Ontario province and then inching its way up to Hudson Bay. So we're going to lose the influence of that. But we have a prevailing upper level high pressure. And what that's doing, that is over the southeastern portion of the continental United States. And that is going to be pushing the cold front that's going to be trying to move through over the next few days to the west and the south of us. It's going to be pushing that to the north. That in combination with 2 lows, a low pressure, which right now is over Nebraska, and another low, which is over Utah. Those 3 are going to be trying to move to the east. The Utah low is going to make it. And that's the one that's going to give us the cold temperatures as we move into the weekend. But right now, we're looking at a light east breeze, sunshine, 52 is our projected high. Looking for low tonight with a few clouds around a 36. With those few clouds, that's the reason why it's not going to get as chilly tonight as what it was last night. Now, during the day tomorrow, 62 is our projected high with plenty of sun. Clouds will be moving in northern Michigan, specifically in the Upper Peninsula, and there is going to be the threat of seeing some precipitation tomorrow in the Upper Peninsula, but that's not necessarily going to mean anything for us around here. 62 for a high, 53 for a low tomorrow night. Our normal high temperature this time of the year is 50. Thursday, 70 degrees. We'll crack the 70-degree mark, plenty of sun. Clouds will continue in northern Michigan. Looking for a low on Thursday night of right around 50. Then on Friday, we're going to start off warm. We'll be right around 60 degrees for a high on Friday with some sun and some clouds. And then as we go through the afternoon, that low pressure system we were talking about over Utah is going to be moving ever so much closer to us. Our temperatures will be dropping through the day on Friday after lunch. Friday afternoon will be about 46 degrees after a high of 60 earlier in the day. And then on Friday night, 32 for a low. We'll have some clouds around. We'll also see a few stars, but for the most part, it is going to be cloudy. Heavy snow is in the forecast for late in the day on Friday and Friday night in Minnesota, the Dakotas, and northwestern Wisconsin. Fortunately, none of that is going to be hitting us during the day on Saturday. We could see some flurries around simply because the snow is so heavy in that part of the continental United States. But our temperature is going to struggle to hit 40 for a high on Saturday, upper 30s for a high on Sunday, and right around 40 for a high on Monday. All the way through that period, below average on the temperatures, below average as far as the moisture is concerned. If there is going to be anything, it'll be earlier in the day on Saturday. Long range outlook, as we indicated to you before, the period of the 13th, which is Sunday, through the 21st, we're going to be looking at much below average on the temperatures, but below average on the moisture as well. Sun will set this evening at 5:19, rise tomorrow morning at 7:22. The record high in this date set 2 years ago, 75 in 2020. The record low 14 set in 1991. And as far as average snow for the month of November, usually about 3.3 inches. We're looking at the months right around 2.28 inches of snow. But back in 1995, about 27 years ago, the month of November gave us 23, almost 24 inches of snow. It was a very wet month, November of 1995, because the record amount of precipitation for the month of November ever in recorded history was set at 6.31 inches of liquid precipitation. So kind of an unusual year, an unusual month, 1995. We had 3 record-breaking snowfall days in 1995 in November of that year. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Rick Hollister from the Andersons to give us a little bit of an idea what the markets are doing. Quite frankly, I would call it lackluster trading, but we'll get Rick's read on it in just a moment. But first of all, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment. You know, if you've ever wondered how the farm all got its name, well, here's a little bit of an idea. Baling, feeding, loading, cleaning, mixing feed, fertilizing, chopping, clearing, irrigating, cultivating, digging, emergency towing, leading parades, excavating, grading. You kind of get the idea. The farm all does it all. And the Case IH Farm All tractors range from 35 to 140 horsepower. Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth knows that getting the job done starts with choosing the right farm all. That's why they carry a wide range of Case IH Compact Farm All Series tractors, so you'll find the right fit for your operation. From the Value Pack Compact Farm All A Series to the Deluxe Compact Farm All C and C Series with cabs. And right now through the end of November, get 0% interest, no down payment, no payments, or you can get up to $6,000 cash back. Just talk to the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. They've got all the details on this special financing offer that is available now through the end of the month. Learn more by going to Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. Rick, I said lackluster. I don't know. Do you got a better adjective for these markets today?
Good morning, Terry. You would say choppy, but it's not very volatile, so it's a few pennies this way and that way. I think lackluster is a good description of where we've settled in here. So a little higher yesterday, a little lower today. We're getting some positive news. We're getting some negative news. Market's kind of just trapped here, marking time at the moment. We did announce this morning a nice sale of corn to Mexico. That's normal business. As we get through harvest here, we did see a few more beans sold to China. It's fairly small. Some soybeans to Mexico too. So, there is export business, and as the flow down the Mississippi River sort of improves, or at least it's not getting worse, and the barge freight rates get just a tad cheaper, we do see some interest showing up there at the Gulf again for new purchases. We did get word too that it looks like Ukraine has about 90% of their winter wheat planted of their expectation. Their expectation wasn't really high, 50 to 60% of normal, but they are 90% planted at this point. So that kind of takes the steam out of the wheat market a little bit, when at least they seem to be cooking. On the other hand, France confirmed that their drought-stricken corn crop is about 20% less than the 5-year average of corn production there. So they're going to be out looking for some feed grains. They're not going to be an aggressive exporter either. So that European area continues to suffer from a lack of feed grains. Not new news, just confirming that, France is 20% less corn than they like to grow there for their feed grains. So, and then you look in the outside markets, Terry, the stock market's higher today, making a nice move. It's the best trade we've seen in a few weeks now, up over 33,000 in the Dow. Crude oil's down $1 a barrel after a pretty good surge higher here for the last 2 weeks, taking the top back off them again. So mixed bag there. U.S. dollar's weaker, which would long term help us. It's got a ways to go just because of the strength we saw here for the last couple of months. But the U.S. dollar continues to drift lower compared to other currencies, which is positive for U.S. exports of grain leaving the country. So all in all, just a real big mixed bag all the way around the horn. Crop progress is big. Start with the soybeans, 94% done nationally with soybean harvest. That's big. We're ahead of normal. 87% done on corn versus a 76% average for the same week. So, we're ahead of progress there, and pretty good weather for harvest. Although our friends in the Southwest grain belt would sure like to continue to get some rain moving through Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, even Nebraska. They're still looking to get their moisture levels recharged out there.
So right now on the board, what have you got, Rick?
Yeah, right at Hemlock at the moment. Corn at 617 for this month's delivery. New crop next fall at 567. Something to watch there. Soybeans for this month's delivery at 1386. Hanging on to that nice move we made here over the last week. A new crop for next fall at 1332. Old crop red wheat at 766. New crop red at 815. The old crop white wheat at 769 and the new crop white at 870.
I just noticed that crop progress here in Michigan indicating that just under 90% of the soys are harvested statewide.
Yes, sir. Yep, 89% against that 75 average is what they're calling it. And just 1 year ago, with all that rain we had in October, 64%. So we're way ahead of it.
Unbelievable. Rick,
Yeah.
you take care. Have a good one, okay?
You have a good day, Terry.
I will. Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. Over to Oppenheimer, we go with Doug Klein. The Market Report brought to you by Ed Raymond and Sons Quality Clothing and Shoes since 1919. Carhartt's, Red Wing shoes and boots, as far as our Stormy Cromer accessories, all available right now, today, at 151 West Broad Street in downtown Chesaning. Ed Raymond's. For more information, just go to edraymond's.com. Morning, Doug Klein.
Good morning.
What do you think?
Got a lot going on today. Obviously.
Yes, we do. You know, I was kind of curious, and I was going to ask Rick Hollister, but I totally forgot. With the election going on today, the midterms, I'm just real curious how the markets are going to react tomorrow. Are they really going to jump all that much if it goes one way or the other? What's your feeling?
So the article I read says that it's probably positive short term, but we're still in a recession. We're still in a bear market. So don't get your hopes up 100%. There could be a few false rallies. They thought maybe it might be up to 18 months before the stock markets just, are for real. So who knows?
Yep.
I'm in it for the long haul, I guess.
I guess.
If you're making a commitment now, you're gonna want to say I'm in it for at least 5 years, and you'll be fine. That's kind of the way I look at it.
So right now on the board, what have we got?
Yeah, well, crude oil's down a buck. That's healthy. My buddy that just got back from Texas, he said gasoline's $2.90 at the pump there. So we're kind of being fleeced here. That's not good. Stock markets are rallying pretty good, almost 500 points on the Dow. So that's pretty healthy. Precious metals really rallying, almost 3.7% on silver, platinum 2.5%, copper 2.5%. So that's a big thing. The dollar fell below 110, so that's a big thing too. So here's your numbers: December corn 671.25, down 4.5. The September of 23 corn 634, down 2 3/4. November soybeans 14.43, up 3 cents. The March soybeans 14.57 3/4, down a half a penny. In November of 23 soybeans 13.91, down 3/4 of a penny. December wheat is 838.5, down 7 1/4, and the July of 23 wheat 870 3/4, down 8 1/4. Crude oil is 90.65, down $1.14. Heating oil is 383.33, that's up a nickel. Gasoline 266.5, that's up a penny and a quarter. Natural gas is 668.90, that's wildly volatile. That's down 55.5 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar only gets you 133.90 at the border. That's down 106 ticks. The dollar buys 145.40 yen. That's down 122 ticks. The euro's cleared $1 again at $1.86. That's up 67 ticks. The dollar's at 109.43. That's down 69 ticks. Gold's at 17.1930. That's up 39 bucks. Silver's 21.70, up 78 cents. Platinum's at 10.1450, at $25.10.
You have a great day, Doug. Thanks a lot. Did you vote yet?
Oh yeah, long ago.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hold out till about 7:15 here and push the winner over. Okay.
Yeah, just like your Powerball.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, I'm just gonna wait until this one more.
Yeah, just wait a month.
Yeah, okay.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Jerry Samolsky in a moment.
Whether your family farm has been passed down through generations or you're just starting out, knowledge and partnership fuel constant growth along the way. As the legacy of your farm strengthens, shared values and a never-ending commitment remain. ACH Seeds is proud to work with you to sustain your continued growth. This partnership, driven by a shared passion that never stops growing, is refined over time and cultivated in common ground.
The beauty of a family farm is that everyone pitches in to get things done. There is nothing like the smell of a sugar beet field during harvest or a meal served off the tailgate of a pickup. This is Peter Maxwell, your ACH Seeds representative, with a friendly reminder to keep safety a top priority this season. Please encourage your crews to be cautious with field work and drive safely as they deliver this crop. You've built an impressive legacy, one that is certainly worth protecting. Thanks again for your continued business.
Crystal Beet Seed, never stop growing.
It's time to make sure your crops have access to nitrogen when and where they need it. Let Envita, a nitrogen-fixing biological, be the game changer in your operation and take your ROI to the next level. Backed with proven results, with average 8-bushel yield advantage in corn, Envita fills the nitrogen gap and puts more money in your pocket. As the one source for your seed and biological needs, contact Legend Seeds today at 800-678-3346 or visit legendseeds.net to put Legend to work on your acres.
Along with me, Craig Voorhees with a Rummel Agency. Before that, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. Jerry, what should we be looking at right now?
Terry, we always get questions about seeding lawns late in the year and whether we should do it or whether we shouldn't. And, right now, if you have a piece of ground you want to be seeding and get ready for the spring, you're clearly not going to see anything yet this fall, but it's there and ready for first thing in the spring. Now, the caveat I would make is if it's going to be an area you're going to traffic and your car is going to keep running off the edge or the dog's going to beat it up or whatever it happens to be, wait till next spring till things get a little bit more conducive. But the grass seed will stay dormant and lay there until it's time. So if you've got a chance in this nice weather that we're having, you've got about a week, and I look at those lows are going way down, and it might be a little bit harder when we start getting lows in the 20s to rake it up and get some soil contact with that seed. So if you got time this week and you want to get those areas seeded and you're not going to trample them, get her done.
Get her done. Jerry, thanks. Talk to you.
And hey, Terry, I'm on my way out to vote as soon as I hang up.
All righty. Vote often, okay?
Just once, sorry.
Just once. Jerry Samolsky. Now, Craig Voorhees with a Rummel Agency. Did I catch you before you went to vote?
You did. I'm going to be just like Jerry. That's going to be my next item on my to-do list.
Hey, there you go. What should we be talking about right now?
Well, Terry, as the harvest is wrapping up, equipment's getting cleaned up and put away for the winter. Hopefully you do an extra good job on that because we also have furry critters looking for homes this time of year as the weather starts to cool off. And sometimes we can cover those instances and sometimes we cannot from the farm policy. So the more prevention you do, the better. And make sure you're talking with your agent to know what critters you're covered for and which ones you're not.
Good advice. You take care, Craig. Have a great day, okay?
Thanks, Terry. You too.
I will.
Attention car and truck shoppers. I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Buick Ambassador, where things are finally back to normal. And yes, inventories are back to normal, but more than that, the offers are finally great again. First, we have Cyber Cash. Go to our website and pick up a bonus $500 on almost every model. Second, the incredible Blazer leases are even better. That's right, lease a Blazer from Cook Chevrolet, now starting as low as $218 a month. And of course, our top seller, the Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4-wheel pickup, now leasing from $359 a month. So, once again, Blazers from $218, Silverados from $359, and inventories of everything, including Blazers, Equinox, Silverados, are pouring in. That's the Cook GM Superstore, M15 Top of the Hill Ambassador.
Payments based on 24-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year and includes all rebates. 1862 on Blazer, 2025 on Silverado, do a signing. Chevy, find new roads.
At Beta Seed, we deliver the nation's premier sugar beet seed every spring and superior performance every fall. But neither represent our most important delivery. That honor is reserved for a delivery that knows no season. Confidence. Confidence delivered by a team of breeding professionals identifying the best traits tailored to your market. It's the industry's leading feedback loop that's led by your Beta Seed rep. From grower to rep to breeder and back again. Only Beta Seed can deliver all that. Beta Seed, breeding confidence.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors, 800-234-3280, or go to steinertractor.com. We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW